G'day guys, it's the Pink King here, and I'm back with another of my Toyota AFL Premiership season. It's round 3, it's the second game, it's a Friday night match against Giants and Western Bulldogs. So the Giants are currently sitting 4th on the ladder. They've won their first 2 matches. I can't remember who round 1 was against, but round 2 was against... it was Geelong in the round 1, and then round 2 was... maybe it's round 2, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so they're sitting 2 and zip in 4th on the ladder. Western Bulldogs on the other end of the ladder. They blew a big lead against Carlton to lose their round 2 matchup. They're sitting 14th without winning a game so far this season. Let's get into it. Alright. So Giants versus Western Bulldogs. Oh, it's at
is with me today. Welcome, guests.
Was it called UNSW Canberra Oval? I thought it was like Manuka Oval or something. Oh, that's somewhere else, isn't it?
Well, today it's GWS Giants.
Get all the grounds mixed up. I thought it had a better name than bloody UN. What was it? UNSW or something like that. It's a pretty shitty name, really. Oops, didn't mean to skip the song. I guess I'm doing it for both now. Let's get to the coin toss. Caniglio, apparently the same height as Ray Chamberlain. Bontempelli, slightly taller than him. Ray's not a tall bloke, is he? I thought he was short.
GWS Giants kicking to the right.
I swear he's like 5 foot bloody 7 or 8 or some bullshit. 5'9", and all the players are obviously over 6 foot, so they all should be way taller than him. Anyway, Ray's got the ball in the middle of the ground and he goes and bounces it. Big Mummy, I think, won the tap there, and it goes GWS's way. Matt DeBoer takes the mark straight away, and he turns around, doesn't even think about taking the shot. He gets it in fast. It doesn't really work out for them because Bulldogs get the ball and they're trying to get it out. Jason Jonathan takes the mark. He's smothered, and this could be big because there's no one in the goal square to stop this kick. Where's it bouncing? Sam Reed's kicked the goal. A good intercept, and he's the benefactor of it. He turns around, beneficiary I should say, turns around and kicks the goal from a 55 out. So GWS the first on the board, and they seem to be wanting to keep this train rolling because they've just gone straight through the guts of the ground. A few quick, clean handballs, and Josh Kelly kicks the second of the match.
About to resume hostilities. Picks it up. A bit
pushed in the back from Bontempelli, so Bulldogs getting a pretty shitty run of it right now. Callum Ward takes the mark from Mumford's kick, sends it into the 50, and Matt Suckling's the best positioned player as he kicks across to Taylor Duray, both former Hawthorn players. He goes outside 50 finally, gets it to Easton Wood, who decides to cross goal. It's not the worst of crossing goal I've seen because it ends up out of bounds and not in the lap of a GWS player. Big high throw in from the umpire. He knows what he's doing. Ball comes out. Quick turnover, but it's come out again and gone back the other way. GWS send it high, up. Big pack. And Josh Kelly's the one that comes down with it. He's inside 50. He's within range here, and he definitely looks like he's lining up for a shot. Yeah, that's straight in line with the post. Thanks for coming, the post says. And he gets a couple extra taps on it from the goal umpire. So it's 2 goals, 1-0 so far. Just over halfway through the first quarter. And Jacob Hopper gets done for rough conduct, which don't really... I guess dangerous tackle would be the actual call. But Matt DeBoer, one-on-one situation, he wins that, and he's lining up from about 30 out. 20 out probably.
Going for goal number 1.
He doesn't like it enough, so he misses. Well, after a very
Now they lead
clinical start, GWS have seemed to have got the yips, even if it's just temporarily. Sent wide, but then he's gone straight down the middle. Big pack forward with our 4 GWS players. Somehow, Bulldogs end up with the ball, and they're in trouble here because there's numbers around the ball for GWS. Toby Green picks it up, and he doesn't miss when he gets that opportunity. With that much space, he slots it straight through the middle, or close enough anyway.
Acknowledges the crowd. GWS Giants by 20 points. He did really well there.
Yeah, that handball there, just put it out to space. Toby Green gets a shepherd lane for him, so he picks up the ball with time. And yeah, never really in doubt once he got his hands to the ball. 20-0 to start the game is very convincing stuff from GWS. And they've got numbers around the ball right now. They're going to run out of time. No, they will now because Bulldogs get the ball and send it the other way. So that's the end of the quarter.
GWS Giants have come out and started well and shown they have what it takes. The coach will be asking for more of the
And Giants really putting the sword to the Bulldogs straight away, making Bulldogs feel like they're still hungover. 4 hit-outs to 1, 7 inside 50s to none. Yeah, that's a big stat. Let's just get straight in the second quarter, I reckon.
We're ready for second quarter action.
I don't think it's even really been in the Bulldogs' half of play, really. It's sort of been kicked there, but it's always on the end of... GWS players always been on the other end of it. Saying that, Lynn John's just taken a mark and sent it inside 50 finally. And, ooh, quick crumb, and Caleb Daniel hits the post. That was lightning stuff. It comes straight off the hands and straight into his lap, and he'd already taken the shot before I even realised what had happened. Phil Davis goes almost straight down the ground, but Nick Hayes had enough space to take an easy mark. A few sockers off the ground there. Ball pops, ping pong bowling out. Could be a mark here. No, it's spoilt from Phil Davis, who gets shepherded away from the ball. First player back was Sam Lloyd, and he sockers it through for a goal. So the Doggies go from not even having any play in the first quarter to having the first 2 scoring shots of the second quarter. That doesn't stop Mummy from bulldozing his way through. Few few fend-offs there from the tackles, and it's sent out. I've completely not caught up with this, so I'm just going to let it go out of bounds. Harry Perryman
What can you tell us at this stage, Gary?
sort of didn't really have anyone to kick to. Ball goes out. GWS first hands to the ball. It's a one-on-one situation in the goal square. It's tapped out. Toby Green picks up the ball and decides to snap from the goal line. And yeah, AI really don't know how to kick a goal from that angle. So 3-3 to 1-1 is the scoreline to start with, and that is dangerous stuff. And if Sam Ree hadn't given away a free kick there, we'd be looking at a pretty easy goal, I think. Hunter works his way to Matt Suckling, and then it looks like they're just going to work it out very casually. Nick Haynes gets underneath the ball though from Suckling, and he sends it back the other way. There's 3-on-1 situation, and that ball was dead straight. Matt DeBoer finally gets that straight kick to go through for a goal.
He loved that one. GWS Giants by 20 points.
So the score, the margin remains the same as what it did at quarter time. Ball flicks out. Mummy somehow wasn't the first bloke to get to the ball, and it's a one-on-one situation. Tory Dixon doesn't manage to mark it. Caleb Daniel sockers it forward. Tory Dixon, Sam Lloyd. Sam Lloyd sockers it off the ground, and he misses. I thought that was Tory Dixon, but whatever. Thought he was slightly balding and dark hair. He obviously had the dark hair, just wasn't slightly balding. Ball comes out. What's happened there? Rough conduct. Toronto takes the mark. Timmy T goes wide. Mark from Josh Kelly.
GWS Giants have the lead, but they're allowing plenty of opposition.
Ball goes back to the top of the 50, and there's numbers around the ball. Don't exactly know what's going on here. There's a lot of players around, but nothing's really happening. Ball goes forward. 3-on-3 pack forms. Kicked out by Bulldogs. Back to the centre of the ground, and there's numbers. Somehow GWS still end up with the ball. And now they have numbers heading towards goal. Can it be shepherded through? It was. Zach Williams kicks the goal. It was marked, but it was obviously over the line.
Gets some reward for his efforts. 25 points the difference.
And that was with 3 seconds to go on the half as well. So at half time, 33-8, and Bulldogs are on the ropes here for sure.
Here's Gary to take a look at the key stats.
Yeah, hit-out's still favouring Giants pretty comfortably, so you'd think...
Thanks for that. Well,
wasn't it like 7-2 or 7-1 at quarter time?
Right after this.
There's, what, 3 goals scored. There should have been 3 hit-outs. Was it 5-1? Maybe it was 5-1. Okay, anyway, don't mind me. Ball goes into the ground hard, and the ball goes up. Rough conduct against Josh Kelly. I guess the advantage has been paid because it's still going. Don't know why it was paid, because there was a pack situation going on, and GWS were the ones that ended up with the ball. Bulldogs bounced back off the 50 just as GWS thought that they had it. There's a 3-on-1. It's marked by Bontempelli. He's got players streaming toward goal. He sends it down. I'm not sure who that is, because apparently Sam Lloyd is who I thought was Tory Dixon. And they're just working it around the 50 at the moment. GWS not really that uncomfortable trying to get it out. Players everywhere. Bulldogs won with the ball. And now they've got players this goal side of the ball compared to GWS, and Harry Perryman stops that flood coming forward. Josh Bruce gets under the pack and he takes the mark. Players everywhere. It's just a swarm of players. GWS trying to stop the 4-on-1 from happening out the back. And they managed to hold off for long enough that they've probably got players back. Can't guarantee it though. Caleb Daniel left all alone. He's in about 60, 70 out. He goes to the centre of the ground where Josh Bruce takes a mark. 55 out. He goes to the 50. And no one really wanted to mark it there. So it's going to be a ball up. About 55 out on the Bulldogs 50. Caleb Daniel brought forward. Wasn't paid holding the, pushing the back, which it generally isn't. Somehow a kick gets forward and Lockie Hunter is left wide open. And he doesn't even go back to take the shot. He just plays on immediately. And Bulldogs get one very important goal. I think 3 goals is about the margin that you don't want to be outside of coming into the last quarter. And it's right on that margin right now as GWS in their 50 try to pick up the ball and slot it, but they can't get space to do so. Numbers around the ball here. I think Lynn John, I don't even know. Jack McRae somehow, after taking his diving mark, immediately kicks it forward. And there's a 2-on-1 situation. Caleb Daniel goal side of it. He's kicked it. And the Dogs, they've definitely got a fighting chance in this last quarter. It's now 33-20. A 13-point lead is definitely not unassailable with a quarter to go. Will there be any more scores for the quarter? I don't think so. Taylor Dre takes the tackle with no prior, and that should be enough to ice the clock. It is. So we're going into the last quarter, 13 points the difference. Giants let the Bulldogs back into it that quarter. I think they would be pretty disappointed themselves as Cogs looks like he's looking for someone to give him a bit of effort. Those hit-outs did even up a little bit there, 9-5 now. What's that, 2-3 on that quarter? So Bulldogs won the hit-outs for the quarter. I think they won the inside 50s that quarter as well. I can't remember what they were, but those are the two main stats to look at. Pretty much, you get a hit out, you get an inside 50. That's almost how it works out. So 1 quarter to go. Not what's it? 13 points. 13 points of difference. This is the Dogs' chance. They've got to go now if they want to win. They lose the hit out, but that doesn't matter because they win the clearance. But he's gone straight sideways to Sam Reid. So it looks like GWS is going to get the first entry into 50, and somehow Callum Ward has got an acre of space to take the mark. An absolute paddock was around him when he took that mark, and he'll kick from 50 to almost ice the game, but he kicks it out in the full. 4 minutes gone already in this quarter. 4 minutes that the Bulldogs would probably want back as they chip it out of their full back line. Is that going to bounce? It's got touch. It's not even out of bounds yet, and pushing the back against Tom Green. So here we go. Bulldogs need to make a run up the field. There's a huge pack. It ends up in GWS's hands and they kick it forward again. I think that's... Where's he going? He's gone from the 50 back to the pocket. And he's kicked it straight down Sam Reid's throat. Luckily the pack formed in time to punch it away. And they're going to try and run straight down the corridor here. Lynn John gets a fend off away, and GWS end up with the ball here. They've kicked it forward into a paddock. It's a 2-on-1 situation for a race to the ball, and Dogs win it. 1-on-1 pack forming. Well, not pack, but 1-on-1 contest forming. Neither player was able to mark it. It'll be a ball up to Sam Reid was tackled. Oh, I think GWS are doing enough to win this game now. They've stopped the bleeding. They're forcing it back inside their 50 at every opportunity. They're not really doing much with it. They're just making sure it's in their 50 if they get the ball. They just boot it forwards. And they've got 4 players goal side. They just chip it to Sam Reid. He plays on, sends it about 10 metres from where he first took the mark, and it's marked by Easton Wood, who plays on, and now they've got players moving. They get the ball moving, but it gets turned over, and that will be the end of the game now. 2.5 minutes left, and it looks like they're about to kick another one. Toby Green's missed, but 14 points of difference with less than 2 minutes to go is unassailable. So GWS hold on here. They've just they decided just to keep bombing it back into their own forward line in this last quarter to stop any chance of the Dogs getting forward, and it seems to have worked. They iced the game with this shot from Phil Davis, who's come a long way up the ground. Sends it into the goal square. It won't be a score at all. And that's the end of the game. So Giants, after a bit of a scare in the third quarter, absolutely iced the game with just what I could just call contested and just it wasn't pretty footy. It was ugly footy, but it gets the job done when you're 14 points up or 13 points up for the whole quarter. You've got to be pretty happy with that, getting the win. Player of the match, which I realised I didn't do in the last game, was Josh Kelly. Jason Johannesson got second best, and Matt DeBoer, who had a bit of a 50-50 game there. He had a few misses early on, did kick a couple goals as well, though. He ended up with third best on ground. Don't think I can really argue with that. Thanks for watching, guys. As you can see there, inside 50s, 18-7 in the last quarter. That's really changed up a whole lot of it. The hit-outs, again, they won pretty convincingly as well. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please join me for the next game. It will be on a Saturday. I can't remember what it is anyway, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.